General Hospital spoilers reveal that Rory Gibson has made quite a splash since his debut as a Michael Corinthos recast. Gibson had some big shoes to fill following Chad Duell's departure, but he's doing a wonderful job and earning plenty of fan support. Now that Gibson is settling into the role nicely, viewers are growing even more curious about what's ahead for his character. Michael has been dealing with plenty of drama thanks to the custody feud, especially since the paternity of Sasha Corbin's baby came out in court. In an interview with SOD, Gibson opened up about Michael's thoughts on this whole mess and where things could go from here. Part of Michael has been focused on trying to get his kids into a safer situation, but another part of him is fueled by a little bit of rage over Willow's actions. Since Drew is Michael's uncle and someone he previously trusted, Gibson suggested the double betrayal contributed to all the pain and fury. It's been tough for Gibson to play both the heartache and the anger, but he's been pulling it off beautifully. In addition to recast Michael's new look, we're seeing more layers to the character overall thanks to all the challenges he's dealt with and continues to deal with now. He's gone through so much, and I'm almost looking at the explosion as a rebirth type of situation, Gibson said. As for the moment when the paternity of Michael and Sasha's baby was exposed, Gibson addressed his character's mixed feelings. The timing was terrible since Michael was fighting for custody of Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos, but it was also a relief for the truth to finally be out in the open. Gibson pointed out that if it were up to Michael, the secret would have come out before now so that he could have been supporting Sasha throughout the pregnancy. Honestly, he'd probably be with Sasha, and he'd be wanting to raise this baby with her, Gibson added. That seems like a huge clue about where Michael and Sasha's storyline will ultimately go from here. Gibson acknowledged that Michael isn't ashamed of the baby's existence, though he knows Willow must feel like he's a hypocrite since he came after her so hard while hiding his own betrayal. Nevertheless, the exposure of the paternity news means that Michael's free to support Sasha openly. Following Sasha's early labor and all the courtroom drama, Michael could rebuild his relationship with her if they can both get on the same page. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. Here are your General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, June 5, 2025. Slick Rick's lawyer skills were out in full form again when he got Sasha on the stand. Nina sold out the girl who thought of her as a mother, and now all hell is about to break loose. Sasha has been forced to admit that Michael is the father of her child, which puts way too much pressure on the pregnant woman. She begins having contractions right on the witness stand and announces she is in labor. Spoilers say that Willow is set to spring into action. Since she is the only medical professional in the courtroom, does she put her nursing skills to use to help her former BFF? Sasha and Willow were best friends for years, so it would be ironic if Willow delivered Sasha and Michael's baby. It would also make her look really good to the judge. Lucky got down on one knee and was sure Elizabeth would say yes when he asked her to marry him again. Instead, Liz used her head and told him she loved him, but she couldn't marry him. Lucky wonders if Liz is just turning him down for now because she is not ready. However, Lucky is forced to face a hard truth on Thursday, which may mean Liz realizes that sometimes you can love a person as deeply as ever, but you are not meant to be. She has been expressing that a lot lately, so it might be time to tell Lucky how she has been feeling. Despite having troubles in their marriage thanks to Portia's secrets and lies, Curtis and Portia host a family gathering at their house. Is Marshall's return to Port Charles the reason for the party, or does he surprise everyone and crash it? Curtis, Portia, Stella, and Trina are thrilled to have Marshall back home. But is it a pit stop on his tour, or is Marshall finally back in the family fold for good? General Hospital spoilers update for Thursday, June 5, reveals that Willow Corinthos will come to the rescue while Marshall Ashford returns to GH. Jack Brennan will also warn Jocelyn Jacks, so here's what fans will see next. For starters, let's talk about the courtroom shocker that Rick Lansing just set in motion. Sasha Corbin confessed that Michael Corinthos was the father of her unborn child, so viewers will see the aftermath of that huge admission. Rick will continue to question Sasha and get her all agitated on the stand. Things will go from bad to worse when Sasha cries out in pain and fears she's going into labor. Michael will slam Rick for how he's treating pregnant Sasha and worry once he realizes the baby seems to be coming quickly. Although Michael will run over to Sasha, he's not the person in that courtroom who can help her the most. Willow's nurse background could come in handy if she has to deliver the baby or at least help Sasha until paramedics get there. Either way, Willow's going to act fast in Thursday's show, which probably means she's going to come to Sasha's rescue. Outside the courtroom, Carly Spencer will realize Nina Reeves must have investigated and given Rick updates on Sasha's baby daddy news. One secret exposure deserves another, so Carly will out Nina as the one who orchestrated Drew Kane's drugging fiasco. Meanwhile, Curtis Ashford and Portia Robinson will throw a fun family bash. Portia and Curtis will put their Drew mess on hold for a bit, so they'll have a chance to celebrate Marshall's homecoming and gather with their loved ones. In the park, Lucky Spencer will be disappointed over Elizabeth Baldwin rejecting his marriage proposal, but she's not ready for that kind of commitment, and she won't think he's ready for it either. Lucky will wonder if Elizabeth is shutting down the remarriage idea altogether or if she might be open to changing her mind later. However, the bigger issue is that Liz doesn't have a lot of faith in Lucky's ability to be content as a family man. We're talking about Luke Spencer's son, someone who's used to going on wild adventures and saving the day in faraway places. Lucky may have convinced himself that he can be happy living a simple life in Port Charles, but Liz won't be so sure about that. Once Lucky really thinks about it, he may not be certain of that either. As for Anna Devane, she'll want to join forces with Jason Morgan regarding her theory about Professor Henry Hank Dalton's. Anna suspects some dangerous stuff is going on in Professor Dalton's lab, so she'll hope Jason will be on board with helping her prove it. Over with Jocelyn, she'll face Brennan's stern warning. Brennan won't want Jocelyn interfering now that Vaughn's agreed to tackle their Anna problem, but Joss could get caught up in the drama anyway. General Hospital fans have been thrown for a loop after Sasha admitted in court that Michael was the father of her unborn child. Most of the characters in the scene were also floored, including Drew. One can only imagine that the possibility that Willow will win custody of her kids had run through his head after the startling revelation. But Matheson had his own real-life startling reveal that also took the fans by surprise. After sharing a good thing that came out of the LA wildfires, General Hospital's Cameron Matheson took to social media to post something that fans did not expect. On Instagram, he posted a video that was set to a rap song and began with a montage of pics from Matheson's childhood, with the overlaid text stating, "Everyone has a story. This is mine." After that was a video clip of Matheson being rolled into an MRI machine, and the text changed to degenerative bone disease, kidney cancer. It cut to a photo of him in a hospital bed with his children flanking him, and the text added, severe mold toxicity, gut issues, adrenal fatigue, chronic fatigue. The video went black with the words, "but no more," on it. The video then dramatically cuts to several photos of the General Hospital star, showing off his ripped physique, and ends with him pitching a new business called Health 360, which is forthcoming. Matheson captioned the video with, "People think it's just genetics. Truth is, I was the kid nicknamed Grover for my potbelly and skinny limbs. I had a degenerative bone disease and didn't walk until almost 7. I've battled kidney cancer, severe mold toxicity, severe gut issues, adrenal fatigue, chronic inflammation, and way more." He added the reason that he survived such horrible odds. How did I turn it around? By working with the best functional health coaches in the game. It changed my life. So much that we teamed up to launch ELFA 360. I've lived it. Now I want to help you live it too. Coming soon. Comments of love rolled in, with co-stars Eva LaRue and Fanola Hughes responding, "Incredible" and "Fantastic," respectively. Matheson replied to many of his posts with several heart emojis. Laura Wright, who plays Drew's former love interest, Carly, commented, "Hell yeah, you are a badass," and the actor shared more heart and fist emojis. At Roxanne's Coffee Breakfast in More responded with a similar feeling that ran through most of the thread's replies, stating, "Thank you, Cam, for sharing this. You're an inspiration to many. You take good care of yourself." And at Healing.Your.Heart shared anticipation that many of Matheson's fans had with the comment, "Awesome. Can't wait to hear about the new program. Welcome to the General Hospital Daily YAPP for a quick, and by that, I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it." Well, Lucky did it. He popped the question, and she said, "Nope, not this time, buddy." Everything seemed romantic and perfect as Liz finally had her cast off and was able to enjoy a romantic meal in the park. Lucky set the scene and professed his love and devotion to Liz. "We were sure that General Hospital would screw up and have her jump into his arms and say yes, but our little Elizabeth is all grown up now. She is not that little girl that Lucky found after an assault in the park nearly 30 years ago. She is a nurse with 3 grown sons who has seen a lot and is not about to make the same mistakes she made in the past again. Liz may always love Lucky, but she knows she cannot trust him. He has lied to her, cheated on her, abused her, and left her. Liz has forgiven it all, and Lucky is not the same person he was then, but Liz has expressed for weeks that she is not sure Lucky could ever truly be there for her. Frankly, she should have dumped him immediately when she learned that he knew Christina caused the accident that nearly killed her, but she didn't. So thankfully, she didn't agree to marry Lucky 2 days later. Sometimes, a deep, true love doesn't mean that you'll be together forever, and Elizabeth knows that now. Want more details? We got you. Soap Central has the best full recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each and every one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not forget to read the 2 scoops for some laughs in the as close as we can come to being a watching party without actually being a show. And the best part is if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below. General Hospital spoilers for the week of June 9 to 13 reveal that Nina Reeves will fear losing Willow Corinthos forever while Jocelyn Jacks faces a mess. Carly Spencer will also get romantic, so let's talk about what's ahead on ABC's GH. For starters, Carly will have to wrap her head around the true paternity of Sasha Corbin's baby following the latest courtroom chaos. That'll put Jason Morgan on the hot seat and leave Carly with mixed feelings. Part of Carly will appreciate what Jason tried to do with the fake baby daddy act, but another part of her should be livid over him keeping secrets from her. Of course, the priority will be making sure Sasha and the baby are okay after she goes into labor. Sasha will fear the worst since her first child, Liam Corbin, passed away so tragically. Although Sasha will worry about another early labor ending in disaster, there's a good chance Sasha's second child will survive and ultimately thrive. After Sasha and Michael Corinthos go through all this together, could Sasha become more open to the idea of raising the baby as co-parents or even as a couple? For now, Michael and Sasha will connect over their mutual baby concerns, and they may end up owing Willow their gratitude for helping out during all the labor drama. As for Nina, she'll panic after Carly exposes her as the person behind Drew's drugging setup. There'll be a confrontation involving Carly, Nina, Drew, and Rick, that leads to Carly ratting Nina out. If Willow gets updates on that news and believes Carly, it could ruin the mother-daughter relationship Nina's been trying to build. Nina will fear losing Willow forever as everything starts spiraling out of control. Drew will also have a problem on his hands now that he's framed Tracy Quartermaine for what Nina did with Portia Robinson and Jacinda's help. Curtis Ashford will hope to use that frame-up against Drew, and he'll want to find Jacinda as part of his scheme to neutralize Drew too. Back with Carly, she'll make time for her romance with Jack Brennan eventually. Brennan has a special present headed his way, so Carly will hope to show him just how much he means to her. Meanwhile, Marco Rios will confide in Lucas Jones, so he may hint about things getting complicated at work. Although Marco doesn't know much, he might spill enough to make Lucas worry that Alexis Davis is in crisis mode. Work complications could become an issue for Jocelyn and Vaughn as well, since they'll strengthen their connection through their WSB jobs. Vaughn and Jocelyn have a tricky situation coming up, one that'll lead to a close moment between them. Despite Vaughn's promise to Brennan about handling Anna Devane himself, Jocelyn may get tangled up in his plans. Once Anna and Jason Morgan team up to investigate Professor Henry Hank Dalton, Jocelyn may take action and risk secret agent exposure if she's not careful. Here is your General Hospital Spoilers sneak peek video for Thursday, June 6, 2025. All hell breaks loose at the Michael and Willow custody hearing when Rick's questioning leads Sasha to go into labor. Michael immediately jumps to her defense and rushes to the witness stand while Willow springs into action. Is Willow about to deliver Sasha's baby, or will she just make sure she gets to the hospital on time, unlike the last time Sasha went into impromptu labor? However, what happens outside the courtroom is just as fascinating. Carly erupts when she sees Nina, Drew, and Rick talking. Does she realize it was Nina who blew Michael and Sasha's secret? Does Carly not think when she eventually blurts out that Nina was the one who drugged Drew, which will only make Drew look good? Jason takes off the suit and has no idea that his fake baby daddy's secret with Sasha is all out in the open now. Instead, Anna comes calling, and Jason goes running. She needs his help with a case. This looks to be the same case that Jocelyn is working on for the WSB. Joss has a meeting with Jack Brennan where she is put on notice. Jocelyn clearly did something that Jack didn't like. How will she talk her way out of this when Jack reprimands her? Lucky was so sure that Liz would say yes when he got down on one knee and proposed that he couldn't believe his ears when she told him no. How could that be? She told him how much she loved him and didn't seem to care that he lied to her and had been protecting Christina. Why would she say no? Lucky asks Liz if she is just saying no for now because she isn't ready, or if she feels she will never want to marry him. Will Liz explain that loving someone doesn't always mean you should be married to that person? A lot has happened between them over the years, and a third try at marriage may not work. Port Charles, a city known for its close-knit community and tangled relationships, is reeling from a series of shocking revelations that have upended its social, political, and familial fabric. At the heart of this storm is Nina's explosive confession, a truth so profound it has ignited a cascade of consequences, threatening to dismantle the lives of key figures like Carly, Michael, and Drew. Alongside this, an unexpected romance between Cody and Molly is challenging societal norms, while a strategic alliance between Curtis and Jordan aims to take down a shadowy manipulator. As secrets unravel and loyalties are tested, Port Charles stands on the brink of transformation. The drama began when Nina, in a moment of raw honesty, confessed to a covert relationship with Drew, revealing her role in insider trading and the manipulation of critical medical information about Willow during her time in Germany. This admission has sent shockwaves through Port Charles, leaving Carly and Michael, who once sought to uncover the truth, now entangled in a sprawling conspiracy. What started as a personal betrayal has escalated into a battle against a financial crime syndicate and political corruption. With Nina's revelations implicating powerful figures like Sidwell, Carly and Michael find themselves in a precarious position, holding evidence that could expose a web of deceit, but also making them targets of those desperate to keep their secrets buried. The confession has shifted the power dynamics in Port Charles, threatening the stability of families, underground organizations, and the city's political system. As Carly grapples with the reality of a war that transcends personal boundaries, Michael faces new dangers from those once pulling the strings behind the scenes. Every move they make is watched, and every piece of information they hold could either save or destroy them. Drew, once a pillar of influence in Port Charles, is now watching his empire crumble. Michael, no longer the naive young man, has emerged as a sharp strategist, uncovering Drew's shady financial dealings, secret meetings, and connections to figures like Sidwell and Brennan, a suspected mastermind of federal money laundering schemes. A bombshell revelation that Drew bribed a judge to alter a custody ruling could lead to criminal prosecution and decades behind bars. Willow, who once saw Drew as her protector, is now questioning everything. Her trust in him shattered. She is beginning to see the lies that propped up their relationship. As Michael and his legal ally Diane meticulously build their case, Drew's frantic attempts to cover his tracks through late-night calls to his lawyer and secret meetings with media advisors are failing. The city's elite, from business partners to council members, are distancing themselves, leaving Drew isolated and panicking, haunted by the vision of a life in ruins. Amid the chaos, a surprising bond is forming between Cody and Molly, two individuals from opposite worlds. Molly, a disciplined prosecutor with a structured life, finds herself drawn to Cody, a man once labeled reckless and chaotic. Their connection, marked by lingering glances and shared moments in the courthouse, is growing into something undeniable. Cody, who once lived for the moment, is beginning to crave stability, while Molly is discovering a sense of freedom she never allowed herself to embrace. This relationship, however, is stirring tension. Families, friends, and colleagues are questioning their closeness, warning of the risks of uniting two such different worlds. Yet, the opposition only deepens their bond, as if the chaos around them fuels their emotions. Their story is not just a romance, but a symbol of Port Charles' shifting boundaries, where love can bridge even the most unlikely divides. As their relationship gains attention, it promises to challenge the city's social order, proving that sincerity and boldness can thrive in the face of doubt. The turmoil in Port Charles is also straining one of its most iconic relationships, the friendship between Carly and Jason. Once unbreakable, their bond is now fracturing under the weight of suspicion and differing priorities. Carly, desperate for answers about Jason's secretive actions involving Sasha, feels betrayed by his cold, calculated demeanor. Jason, meanwhile, is wrestling with his own internal conflict, prioritizing strategy over emotion to protect Sasha from the dangers surrounding Drew and Sidwell. Their confrontation, filled with tension and unspoken pain, marks a turning point. Carly sees a stranger in the man she once trusted implicitly, while Jason struggles to balance loyalty with the need to make tough choices. Sasha, caught in the crossfire, represents the innocence at stake, with Carly wanting to shield her and Jason considering using her to expose their enemies. This rift is not just about Sasha, but about the very foundation of Carly and Jason's relationship, raising the question of whether their bond can survive this new reality. In the shadows, Curtis and Jordan are forming a powerful partnership to combat Sidwell, the mastermind manipulating Port Charles' political and economic systems. Jordan, no longer bound by the constraints of her former role as police chief, uses her tactical expertise to target Sidwell's operations. Curtis, hardened by personal losses, brings his knowledge of the underworld to their mission. Together, they are quietly dismantling Sidwell's empire, gathering evidence from shell companies and leveraging political connections to expose his schemes. Their alliance is not just professional but deeply personal, built on a shared commitment to justice and a rekindled trust that needs no words. As they navigate the dangerous line between law and morality, Curtis and Jordan are rewriting the power map of Port Charles, proving that silent determination can be more powerful than public battles. Their work promises to bring down one of the city's most dangerous forces, setting the stage for a new era of accountability. Port Charles is at a turning point, where truths long buried are resurfacing and relationships are being redefined. Nana's confession has exposed a web of corruption that threatens to engulf Carly, Michael, and Drew, while Cody and Molly's romance challenges societal norms. The fracturing of Carly and Jason's friendship and the quiet resolve of Curtis and Jordan's alliance highlight the city's struggle to balance loyalty, justice, and change. As secrets unravel and new bonds form, Port Charles must confront the consequences of its past and decide what kind of future it will embrace. The choices made now will shape not only the lives of its residents but the soul of the city itself. On June 5, the iconic town of Port Charles braces for an emotionally charged episode of General Hospital, where tension runs high in a pivotal courtroom trial. Jocelyn Jacks struggles to maintain her composure under the weight of judgment, caught between loyalty to loved ones and fear of the consequences ahead. Her visible anxiety foreshadows the explosive revelations to come. The trial's focus soon shifts to Michael Corinthos, who is set to take the stand amid mounting pressure. However, the moment that captivates everyone is the testimony of Sasha Gilmore. Called to reveal intimate details about her relationship with Michael, Sasha faces relentless questioning from Rick Lansing, who probes the timing of their last encounter, a detail that could have serious implications. As the courtroom watches in stunned silence, Sasha's mounting anxiety triggers premature labor, turning the trial into chaos. This dramatic turn not only raises urgent medical concerns, but also fuels a brewing paternity controversy. Is Michael truly the father, or is there a deeper deception at play? The episode leaves viewers questioning loyalties and truths in the tangled web surrounding Sasha and her unborn child. Meanwhile, another intense narrative unfolds away from the courtroom. Gio Polier reveals to Emma Scorpio Drake that Sonny Corinthos is the only person he truly trusts, an admission highlighting Gio's isolation amid the cutthroat world they inhabit. Yet, this fragile trust is threatened when Gio overhears a secretive conversation between Sonny and Laura Collins. Laura's grave warnings about a recently uncovered secret linked to Joe ignite doubts that reverberate beyond just Sonny and Joe. The implications extend to Lulu Spencer, Rocco Falinari, Dante Falcinari, and others, threatening to unravel family bonds and alliances throughout Port Charles. Lulu Spencer faces a personal crisis as Brooklyn Cordmain openly accuses her of sabotaging her life. Their long-buried grudges resurface with raw intensity, shattering a fragile truce. Brooklyn's fierce accusations signal a brewing war that could draw in family and friends, making this conflict one with far-reaching consequences. Amid these personal battles, Anna Dean intensifies her investigation into a string of violent acts against Sonny Corinthos, including a firebombing and an assassination attempt in Los Angeles. Her pursuit of the truth leads her to suspect a hidden mastermind working within Sonny's circle, a dangerous revelation that could upend the criminal power structure in Port Charles. Her alliance with Jason Morgan could prove crucial as they piece together the puzzle. However, Anna's determination to uncover the mastermind places her at odds with powerful enemies, and possibly even trusted allies like Jack Brennan. In a quieter but equally poignant storyline, Lucky Spencer plans a surprise proposal for Elizabeth Baldwin. Though touched by Lucky's sincere offer of marriage, Elizabeth's hesitation speaks volumes about the scars of past heartbreaks. For her, love alone may not be enough to overcome the fear of repeating old mistakes. This episode masterfully weaves together multiple high-stakes storylines, from courtroom battles and family secrets to dangerous investigations and personal confrontations. The delicate balance in Port Charles teeters as trust is tested, relationships fracture, and long-hidden truths threaten to explode. As the characters face their intertwined destinies, viewers are reminded that in this town, the line between truth and destruction is razor-thin. The events of June 5 mark the beginning of a transformative chapter, one where no one will remain untouched by the fallout. In the bustling world of General Hospital, the revelation of Gio's true identity has sent shockwaves through Port Charles, unraveling relationships and igniting a storm of secrets, loyalty, and betrayal. Once a young man known for his love of music and carefree dreams, Gio now finds himself at the heart of a power struggle, caught between two powerful families and a crumbling romance with Emma. As whispers of deceit and hidden agendas swirl, this unfolding drama explores the fragile line between love and trust, leaving readers wondering, can innocence survive in a world driven by ambition? Gio's life changed forever when he discovered he was not an orphan, but the biological son of Dante, tying him to both the Corinthos and Cordain families. Overnight, he went from a dreamer to a potential heir, a figure scrutinized by those around him. The weight of his new identity brought expectations he never sought, Sonny's hopes, the Cordain family's suspicions, and Dante's awkward silence. Each day feels like a chess game where Gio can't see his own pieces, forcing him to question his place in this intricate web of power. As Gio grapples with his role, he notices a shift in Emma, the one person he thought he could always rely on. Her growing distance and secretive behavior spark doubts, pulling him into a spiral of mistrust. The once vibrant connection they shared, a rare beacon of purity in Port Charles, begins to fray as Gio senses something is amiss. Emma's actions only deepen Gio's unease. After learning Jocelyn was chosen as Dalton's assistant, Emma spirals emotionally, choosing to pursue Dalton in ways that stray from her usual moral compass. What begins as a quest to prove herself, perhaps through covert missions or personal ambition, leads her further from Gio and the person she once was. Her late-night phone calls, evasive glances, and weak excuses raise red flags for Gio, who feels increasingly betrayed by the woman he loves. Unbeknownst to Gio, Emma is entangled in a dangerous mission for the WSB, tasked with uncovering secrets about Dalton's classified research. As she navigates this shadowy world, Emma finds herself drawn to Dalton's enigmatic allure, blurring the lines between duty and personal desire. Her lies to Gio, vague explanations, and secretive meetings paint a picture of betrayal, even as she believes she's protecting him. The deeper she goes, the more she risks losing herself and the love she once cherished. The turning point comes when Gio stumbles upon Emma's hidden truth, not through a heartfelt confession, but through careless clues, a secret phone call, a hastily hidden note, and her discomfort whenever Dalton's name arises. Piecing together the evidence, Gio realizes Emma's connection to Dalton goes beyond what she's admitted, tied to a dangerous network involving the WSB and possibly Sidwell, a shadowy figure linked to bioweapons and cybercrime. For Gio, this isn't just a personal betrayal. It echoes the abandonment he felt from his family, cutting deeper because it comes from the person he trusted most. Fueled by anger and hurt, Gio transforms from a trusting lover to a man hardened by betrayal. He begins to build emotional walls, shutting out Emma and anyone else who might hurt him. His pain drives him to form new alliances with Sonny, Jason, or even former adversaries to secure his place in Port Charles' power game. No longer content to be a pawn, Gio vows to take control, even if it means erasing the past and the love he once held dear. The relationship between Gio and Emma, once a symbol of innocence amidst Port Charles' scheming, lies in tatters. Emma's attempts to explain her actions, claiming they were for Gio's protection, fall on deaf ears. To Gio, her words feel like excuses masking a deeper betrayal. As he uncovers more about her secret dealings, including a connection to someone codenamed Orchid, Gio's trust in her crumbles entirely. He begins to question whether their love was ever real or just a tool in Emma's mission. Emma, meanwhile, is torn between her duty to the WSB and her lingering love for Gio. Each step closer to Dalton pulls her further from the man she once promised never to hurt. Her internal conflict, guilt over betraying Gio, and fear of losing herself to Dalton's world leaves her trapped in a moral quagmire. Yet, the more she tries to justify her actions, the wider the chasm grows between her and Gio. The fallout from Gio and Emma's fractured relationship reverberates through Port Charles. Sunny pulls Gio closer, hoping to mold him into a key player in the Corinthos family, while Dante struggles to connect with the son he never knew. The Cordain family watches warily, unsure whether Gio is an ally or a threat. Meanwhile, Gio's quiet resolve to expose Emma's secrets threatens to upend the delicate balance of power in the town. What began as a personal rift is escalating into a larger conflict, with Gio and Emma standing on opposite sides of a silent war. Gio's calculated moves, hacking into Emma's communications, gathering evidence, and aligning with powerful figures, signal his determination to be seen as a force in his own right. Emma, caught in her own web of deception, faces an impossible choice: complete her mission at the cost of her humanity, or abandon it to salvage what's left of her love for Gio. The story of Gio and Emma is no longer a simple love story, but a poignant tragedy of trust eroded by secrets and ambition. As Gio hardens into a man driven by self-preservation, and Emma grapples with the consequences of her choices, their once unbreakable bond teeters on the edge of collapse. Their struggle reflects a broader truth about Port Charles. In a world fueled by power and deception, even the purest connections can fracture under pressure. For fans of General Hospital, this saga serves as a reminder of the cost of hidden truths and the fragility of trust. As Gio and Emma navigate their separate paths, the question remains: can they find a way back to each other, or will their love become another casualty of Port Charles' relentless power games? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: Port Charles will never be the same. In the gripping world of ABC's General Hospital, Port Charles is no stranger to emotional upheaval, but few moments have struck as deeply as Sasha Gilmore's recent tragedy. During a tense custody battle between Michael Corinthos and Willow Tate, Sasha takes the stand to support Michael. The courtroom, charged with raw emotion, becomes the stage for an unexpected crisis. As Sasha testifies, her voice falters and she collapses in agony, clutching her abdomen. Michael and Jason Morgan rush to her side, their faces etched with panic as they realize the gravity of her condition. Sasha is whisked to General Hospital, where the medical team delivers heartbreaking news: she has suffered a miscarriage. Worse still, complications mean she will never conceive again. For Sasha, the loss echoes a previous miscarriage with her late partner, Brando, layering fresh grief onto old wounds. Michael, consumed by guilt, feels responsible. Not only was Sasha pregnant with his child, but the stress of the custody battle likely contributed to this tragedy. In the quiet of Sasha's hospital room, Michael kneels by her bedside, his voice trembling with emotion. He speaks 5 poignant words that reduce Sasha to tears. "I love you, Sasha, always." These words, filled with sincerity, mark a turning point. Michael apologizes for the pain she's endured and, in a moment of profound commitment, proposes marriage. He vows to build a life filled with love, promising that their inability to have biological children won't define their future. Instead, he suggests adoption, opening their hearts to a child in need of a family. Sasha, though devastated, finds hope in Michael's unwavering support. Through her tears, she accepts his proposal, choosing to embrace a future where love triumphs over loss. Their bond, now unbreakable, becomes a beacon of resilience. Over the following days, as Sasha begins to heal, the couple discusses adoption, preparing for a new chapter rooted in compassion and mutual strength. Michael's dedication to Sasha's happiness and emotional stability shines through, proving that love can endure even the darkest moments. As Sasha and Michael look toward a hopeful future, another resident of Port Charles faces a shattering revelation. At the glittering nurses' ball in May 2025, Gio Palmieri, a gifted young musician, learns a staggering truth. He is the biological son of Dante Falconeri and Brooklyn Quartermain, not the adopted child of Francis and Camilla Palmieri as he believed. The discovery unravels his sense of identity, leaving him reeling from a lifetime of deception. In a moment of anguish, Gio smashes his beloved violin, a symbolic act that marks the destruction of his past dreams and the beginning of a darker journey. His pain draws the attention of Sonny Corinthos, Port Charles' notorious mob kingpin and Gio's newly discovered grandfather. Sonny sees in Gio a reflection of his own fiery spirit and offers guidance that could either save the young man or pull him into a dangerous world of power and retribution. Gio's rejection of his biological father, Dante, further complicates his path. Unwilling to forgive the years of secrecy, Gio turns to Sonny, whose influence promises both opportunity and peril. As whispers spread through Port Charles, residents note Gio's emerging charisma and intensity, traits eerily reminiscent of Sonny in his prime. Will Gio resist the allure of the mob, or will he embrace a legacy that could consume him? Meanwhile, Nina Reeves finds herself at a moral crossroads that threatens to shatter her closest relationships. Armed with two explosive secrets, Nina faces an agonizing dilemma in her quest to help her daughter, Willow, secure custody of her children. The first secret reveals that Michael, not Jason Morgan, is the father of Sasha's unborn child, a truth that could tip the scales in Willow's favor, but would betray Sasha, Nina's dearest friend. The second secret involves Nina's past affair with Drew Kane, which could undermine Drew's influence over Willow, but would require Nina to expose her own shame. Torn between her loyalty to Sasha and her fierce maternal instinct to protect Willow, Nina wrestles with a choice that could cost her dearly. Betraying Sasha risks destroying a friendship that has been her anchor through countless storms. Revealing her own indiscretion might alienate Willow, just as their relationship begins to mend. As Nina paces the quiet streets of Port Charles, the weight of her decision threatens to crush her, leaving her to wonder if any path can preserve the bonds she holds dear. The intertwined stories of Sasha, Michael, Gio, and Nina underscore the enduring themes of General Hospital, love, loss, and the search for redemption. Sasha and Michael's journey from tragedy to hope highlights the power of compassion to heal even the deepest wounds. Their commitment to building a family through adoption serves as a testament to the strength found in unity and selflessness. Gio's struggle, on the other hand, raises questions about identity and the seductive pull of power. As he navigates his newfound ties to the Corinthos family, his choices will ripple through Port Charles, potentially reshaping its future. Nina's dilemma, fraught with moral complexity, reminds us that even the best intentions can lead to heartbreak. For viewers, these stories are a powerful reminder of the resilience required to face life's darkest moments. As Sasha and Michael embrace a future built on love, and as Gio and Nina confront their respective crossroads, General Hospital continues to captivate with its blend of emotional depth and dramatic tension. Tune in to see how these characters navigate the challenges ahead, and whether forgiveness and hope can triumph in the ever-turbulent world of Port Charles. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.